Hey folks, thanks for joining us today. I'm Ignacio with North Star Senior Advisors. Really quick about us. We're a senior placement company here in Central Florida. Been in business for about 6 years now. We help seniors and families transition and find options in assisted living memory care here in Central Florida. We're also offering geriatric care management services as well. For topics like these and videos like these, you can visit our website. We now have a video gallery that you can access information like this. But today, specifically, we really wanted to talk about the COVID-19 vaccine and what that impact will have in senior living. I have joining me today Josh Freitas with Certus. How you doing, Josh?
So far, so good. Thank you. Thank you for having me today.
You're welcome. I appreciate you taking the time. So again, we're going to be talking today about the vaccine. Obviously, everybody watching this knows what COVID-19 is. You know, we're in that reality today. We're about a year in, and finally there's a vaccine. And we know that one of the hardest hit areas was, of course, you know, anywhere where there's a senior population, nursing homes and assisted living. So we've known that. So we're very thrilled to hear that the vaccine is now out and being rolled out for our seniors to benefit from. Let me allow you to introduce yourself really quick though, Josh.
Sure thing. So my name's Josh. I work for a company called Certus Senior Living, also the Certus Institute, where we conduct research for dementia. We have 3 little mini dementia village-based communities where we have kind of the movie theater, the fully functioning gym, we're all dementia care. We are a secured community, but we conduct research there as well. So a big part of my job is actually using some of the stuff I'm learning in my doctoral program, which I'm just about to finish, and actually implementing and trying to improve quality of life, which has been really interesting during COVID. As we all know, our brains are wired for connection. So we've actually been able to collect some really great data, which I'll try to weave in and out of some of the conversation today as well. So,
excellent. Good. So let's dive right in. What would you say the overall impact is now with the vaccination being introduced in senior living from your perspective?
Sure thing. So over the past year, what we've seen is those numbers increasing in Florida quite drastically, where it does create some anxiety, but also where we're seeing the biggest impact, a negative impact, is people not being able to visit their loved ones as often, especially at the beginning when we didn't know how people were catching it or the risk factor associated with it. Slowly, we've put policies in place where people can socialize, leverage technology, but with the vaccine, we can get back to some normalcy, we could really see some benefit. For people with dementia, their brains are hardwired for conversation and human connection. So now to put a mask on that can create some confusion for the person with dementia, it would be really nice to get back to where we need to go. So I'm really hopeful as the vaccine comes out and seeing the engagement of our associates and residents and even family members finding it their own way, that we'll have a safer place and actually get back to normal a little bit quicker.
Yeah, no, we're very excited about that as well. I know it's been a dual impact, definitely the residents and of course the families that have not been able to, you know, physically have contact. I know some of that has changed a little bit with, you know, some recent changes, but still going back to a level of normalcy, as you said, it's important. How is Certus specifically approaching the vaccine or vaccination of its residents?
So we're really fortunate with our pharmacy provider. We were kind of top of list. So we've already started vaccines as of Sunday. And we have every month we will have them in our communities until we feel safe. So our associates and residents are really participating at a really great and high level of engagement. So we're already implementing it and we're excited to see what the next phase is. One of the ways that we really did it is treating it as a community of education. So what we did is we surveyed all the literature out there on the vaccines and provided it to our residents, family members, and also our associates so people can make informed decisions. So that's a really great way that we've actually seen a great turnout from residents, associates, and even family members finding it outside to get vaccinated.
Good. Now, I know you guys specialize in memory care, so I'm just curious, anything you've done from a process perspective to really address that population specifically, those with dementia and the vaccination?
Sure thing. So we have clubs and committees we always use. So definitely our residents would meet and discuss about things going on. We would definitely be very sensitive to who could handle that information, who couldn't handle that information. Obviously, some fiddlets we used here and there about, is it kind of like the flu? Is it not like the flu, for relational learning? However, our residents have been really gun-ho with even doing their own discussion groups, the benefits of getting vaccinated, or what's going on without the noise of the outside world. Is how do we make a safer place? So
Mhm.
people have talked about PPE. Our residents know that all our associates are wearing it, but even down to hand washing programs where we know flu season came, and we actually had residents actually talking about how often should we be washing our hands. So implementing that into our daily program to minimize risk for our residents as well as our associates and family members. So we're actually including them in the process of decision making. Just because they have dementia doesn't mean they don't get the opportunity to be part of the conversation. We
Mhm.
try to encourage them to be as much as possible part of the conversation.
That's excellent. We've reached out to other communities as well, and here's what we found. They're all participating, of course, in the vaccination. They're working with local partners in terms of local pharmacies, CVS, Walgreens to help with some of that effort. We've also found that their priorities, of course, the residents and staff members. And as of right now, it's not mandatory, meaning the vaccination. It's highly encouraged for residents and staff members. Is that correct from your end as
Yeah,
well?
you can't mandate it or try to influence people to take it, but our stance has really been sharing the education and all of the information out there and letting people have make better informed decisions. So
Yeah.
that's been our approach, is education.
Yeah, no. So we want to be able to do that as well for our clients, and we know that there's a lot of opportunity with the vaccination for sure. How are you approaching the? I'm just curious. How are you approaching the two step vaccination? You got the shot one and shot two.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing that logistically?
Sure. So we work with our pharmacy provider. So, for example, all three of our buildings have a date every single month for about the next 4 months. So they get the vaccine. 21 days later, they're getting that follow up shot. On the same day the follow shot is, people can get their first injection. So for the next 4 months, we can actually do a great blanket statement of getting people involved in there, and it's all on site. So we don't have to have people get bused or have to go anywhere. They literally set a clinic out front of the community. People go out and they just get the shot, just as if the flu shot when they come to assisted livings. So
Mhm.
it's really easy for us to actually capture everybody. Even as people are moving in, they go kind of the top of the list of also getting vaccinated as well.
Okay, excellent. Another question in people's minds, especially maybe in family members, is okay, so my loved one's getting vaccinated, who's keeping an eye on potential reactions and whatnot? And I know with you guys, you having the specific license type that you have clinical staff available to monitor for any potential symptoms of a reaction or whatnot. I'm assuming that's part of your process. Your staff's keeping an eye out post-vaccination.
Definitely. So we have 24-hour nurses. So they are putting eyes on all of our residents in addition to the care staff that is constantly engaging with them, having cups of coffee or even at dinner. But even as a company protocol, once they get their vaccine, we keep everybody out and about. We're watching them immediately after for a period of time to make sure that there are no immediate side effects. And then obviously we're constantly checking in with residents to make sure they're okay. But we do have clinical staff on site, and we have a tremendous amount of people in and out of the building that are constantly putting eyes on the residents to make sure if we see anything change that we can alert that nurse. That nurse can do what they need to.
Excellent. Good. All right, folks. So here you have it. We're sharing some information with you on, the steps that are being taken to get past, hopefully here pretty soon, what's been a very tough 2020 going to 2021 with this vaccination for our seniors, our most vulnerable population. This is a great first step. Folks, you have here Josh, and his information will be down below with Certus. You have our information. Stay tuned for more information. But Josh, I really appreciate you taking the time to answer these questions, which are vital for folks to understand.
And I just want to also leave with one note too. So we conduct research, and one of the things that we're noticing is social engagement is so important for people with dementia that the symptoms actually progress slower with more social touch points. So a big thing for us is really seeing how beneficial that is. So the more people that get vaccinated and we can get back to normal, we will actually see a better quality of life for people with dementia. Just want to kind of plant that seed for everybody.
That's an excellent point, for sure. So we're definitely looking forward to that as well. So again, Josh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Folks, you take care, and we'll be in touch soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.